Hello everyone, welcome to this week's video featuring our chicks, more specifically kind of the brooder house. When we get chicks in, they always come through the mail. I usually get them from a hatchery out of Alabama called Valley Farms Hatchery. But then they send them through the mail and they come up then through the postal service usually in about 2 days from Alabama. Chickens are interesting animals as they don't need feed or water for the first 2 days of life, which allows them to be then sent through the mail successfully. So we usually get them in 1 or 2 boxes. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get video this time from us picking them up from the post office, but we have pictures of boxes that they come in that we'll feature as well. But we get them, as soon as we get them, we let them out, give them fresh water, some feed, then so they can kind of start getting their nutritional requirements in. And then they kind of just hang out here in the brooder house for 2 weeks. It allows for a more normal, controlled temperature, allows them to kind of just grow up in a nice kind of safe environment before we move them outside. We have heat lamps for them as well. We kind of leave those on continuously for the first few days when they're here and kind of making the transition on our farm. But then we kind of start weaning them off of them because obviously they don't have any lights or warmth outside of them, just sunshine and warmer temperatures that are out there. So it kind of gives us a more climate controlled area, because chickens are very fragile animals. So they're extremely fragile when they're this young. So it allows us then to make sure that we have the highest success rates possible with all of them. We usually get anywhere from 130 to 150 of them in at a time. And like I said, when they're about 2 weeks old, we do move them outside. They grow very quickly. Chickens in general grow very quickly. And when we do harvest the animals, 7 to 8 weeks or 4 pounds or so. So they grow extremely quickly. As you can see, this group, they're a week old, about a week and a half old, and they already have the feathers already on their wings. In this particular bunch, there are some black chicks in here, which are future laying hens for my aunt that she wanted but didn't have a place to keep them. So we're keeping them with our broilers for the moment. They'll probably get moved outside with them as well and kind of hang out until they're several weeks old, and my aunt's then able to kind of take care of them at her house. So everything, all the little black ones, aren't usually on the farm, but this round they are. We have several feeders that we keep fully stocked at all times to make sure the chicks are getting the most nutrition. Then we have clean fresh water a couple times a day. We also then toss in some grass and grass clippings, clover, hay, things to kind of give the chicks something to do. Kind of give some ideas of how life is going to be like once they do get out of the brooder. Sometimes they're very curious. This is actually the first day we've put grass in with them, so they're not quite sure what to think about it. You can see some of them are kind of curious about it. So then we'll start doing this every day now for the next week or so, because next weekend, so in a week, these chicks will be moved outside. So it kind of gives them ideas of what they're supposed to be doing once they get out there. Of course, our chickens do get feed when they are out in their chicken tractors, but we're trying to make them more efficient grass eaters. So, in the first day of life, we also do put some sand in with their feed. The chicken has a little organ before their stomach that kind of grinds up everything since they don't have teeth. In order for them to grind up their food, they have to have some type of solid structure in that. Usually it's rocks once they get bigger, but it's sand when they're little bitty. And it kind of then helps churn up and process their food. So this is the brooder house, and like I said, 2 weeks in here and they spend 2 weeks outdoors. am I saying? Baby, come here. Lay down. Get it. Chin up. Stay there. So, in a future videos, we'll kind of show the process of getting them from the brooder out into the tractors, and then how they move then once they are in the tractors, and kind of just general maintenance of the chicken when they're out there. So, if you like the video, be sure to subscribe below and to stay updated on everything we have going on around the farm. We try to focus on different things each week. So, it was great to see you all, and we'll be sure to check in again next week on our next video.